Well, hello there everybody. How are we all doing? Just admiring the view from our farmhouse. Welcome to Selendra and the Vintage Experience, a new series where I thought we would do some classic old school farming using vintage or small equipment. And I say or because sometimes we might not be able to use really old equipment because it's not quite available to us, but you know what I mean. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while of FS22, but it's been a case of a map coming out too early, not enough mods, things like that, so it kind of got shelved, the idea. But we are here. Now, when I did my map tour of this map, I have got a map tour out. If you haven't seen it, I will put a link to the link in the description, sorry, to the map tour, so feel free to check it out. It is a pretty cool map, I must admit. And when I was doing my map tour, I kind of got really drawn into it, and it gave me good vibes, and it gave me the old classic farming vibes, because the fields are small. It is a very small map. This is the map, guys, if you're not familiar with it. So if I zoom out, that is how small it is. It is tiny. Very small fields. There is a few larger ones, mainly sort of down this side. But yeah, that is the map. Now, I haven't placed any more buildings, sell points down or anything like that. I have tweaked the map though, which we will talk about in a second. And the main reason I'm explaining that, I could have just jumped in and started playing it, but if you guys are familiar with this map, you might have started thinking, well, hang on, that isn't on the original map. So I thought I'd explain myself first as we go. So first of all, we'll take a look outside our farmyard area. It's not huge, as you can imagine, and the equipment. Now, I did come on here in new farmer mode, so we are in that mode. But I changed out obviously all the equipment. So in new farmer mode, I think you start off with a small tractor, harvester, trailer, seeder, cultivator and a plough. I think that's it. So basically I've added those things back in, but obviously older, smaller equipment to fit with the series. So let's take a look at what we've got. Also, top right, we haven't got a huge amount of money. Now, I didn't want this to be some sort of survival challenge or anything like that, vintage challenge, or vintage survival, should I say. So, I have given ourselves 1,000 just over. I know that doesn't sound a lot, but we have got the sort of bare minimum to get us going. So, I think we might be alright. We will monitor it. We're not going to earn a lot of money because the fields are tiny. But anyway, our small tractor is this. So we've got the McCormick Farmall. Absolutely stunning little tractor. I love it. Absolutely love it. You can have a white version of this as well. It does look pretty cool, but I went for the classic red. I've got an old style sort of trailer. I've got a 3,000 litre capacity. I love the bit of wood holding it up. Awesome. Seeder. Some things are kind of not struggled with, but you know, they're not really old looking vintage things, but I went for this guy. I think this holds seeds and fertilizer. I'm pretty sure it's a direct drill as well, but we won't be doing that. We will be cultivating and things. This harvester, we got the bison. I went for that guy. It's been a while since I've used this fella. I don't think I have in FS22. And then we've got a plough just here, and this is our cultivator, which looks very vicious, but that is it. So small equipment, and that is what we have. Obviously farmhouse. Now let's do a little bit of explaining. Now, if you're not familiar with this map, this does actually have 5 farmhouses on it. Now, I've deleted the other 4. We've kept this one down here because this was my favourite one. The other 4 were the same model farmhouse, so I've deleted them. And you kind of have the sort of 5 farms dotted around the map. So obviously this would have been one. There was another one here. This is the one, or the area you start off in new farmer mode on the original map. There's the cow farm there, and there was also like a sheep farm up here. So like I say, I've tweaked a few things. So I'm going to go up into landscaping mode and show you, and we will start up the back and work our way down. So we'll start over in the corner. So here there was a farmhouse just here with a little bit of a fence round. I haven't changed any of the field sizes, ploughed them through or anything like that, kept everything else the same. I've literally just swapped a couple of animal pens out, etc. Now just here was a base game sheep pasture. I deleted that and I put this guy in because I think it just looks a lot more fitting for the map. Talk about fields and things like that, what we start off with in a second. The cow farm area, there was a farmhouse just over here. I deleted that. I added a shed here, and over the back there was a base game chicken pasture just about here. I deleted that and repaired all the fence. I think I've done a pretty good job around the back, so it looks like, you know, we were never there. This silo, that is on the map originally. Kind of felt it was a little bit too big really for the map, but struggled to find anything else really to fit. I did find one thing, but I've kind of a little bit fiddly, so I gave up with that one. This is where another farmhouse would be, and this is your sort of starting farm and new farmer mode, plus you get this little field. So I deleted all that, and we do own this plot and this plot, so we can do something with that. And then there was another farmhouse just up the back here. I've deleted that. Now these 4 beehives were originally there. I've added 2 more there, and I've added this mod here as well, which is that mod, like so, and I've put in a bigger honey pallet spawn, so we should get some honey, which is good. So that's going to provide an income. This is a little pig pasture or pigsty. That is part of the map originally. I haven't changed that. That's pretty cool. I like that. You do actually have access to all the animal pastures and pens even if you don't own the land, so that's pretty smart. And if we zoom back down to our farm, in fact I'll show you like this, shouldn't I? I've changed the sheds around. There was always 2 sheds here, but I think both of them were on this side, so I think I deleted both and just shifted them around a bit. And I've done a little bit of landscaping so that we could get this chicken mod in, because I think this is pretty cool. Again, very fitting for the map. We don't have any animals as yet, or as of yet I should say, so we will be working towards those. Now in terms of plots of land that we own, it may seem like a lot, but like I said, they are very small fields, guys, so we've got to give ourselves half a chance. So the farmhouse down here does come with this small field here, so we own that. These are the 2 plots of land you start off with in new farmer mode. We do own that. This is where the pig farm was. And some of these, I mean, I didn't have to own this plot because, we, like I said, we can use the pigsty, but I had to buy it to be able to do those adaptations to it. So we own that plot. And then these 2 fields, they're pretty decent sized fields, so I decided to purchase them. And then this is the cow farm. Now again, so that I could do adjustments, I had to buy it, and I thought, well, we should really own that anyway, because that is 180 grand, and I cannot see that we would make enough money to be able to buy that, but you never know. And then up here we own these 2 plots. So this one's got a small field in and the sheep pasture, and then that's a little grass field there. So my thinking behind that is that hopefully when we cut that grass, we've got feed for our sheep. Don't have a mower or anything yet, so we're going to have to build ourselves up basically. But I think that's pretty much all I need to say. I'll just show you some settings. I don't want this first episode just to be me waffling on, so I do apologise. Seasonal growth is off. We'll monitor the time. I've got it on ×3 at the minute, but we'll monitor that. 1 days per month I'm going to play. Again, see how it goes. We've got snow on. Crop destruction is off, and that is because the fields are so close to each other. It's going to be near on impossible not to damage some of our crops whilst manoeuvring around with harvesters, etc. So I've turned that off. Ploughing we've got on. Fieldstones I wanted to keep on, but I struggled to find mods that would fit with our equipment. I mean, there is some pretty cool stone buckets that would have been great to be able to pick up the stones, but I did test it with that farmer and it was just really struggling. The wheels were slipping, so I gave up with that. So they are off, but there is some stones in some of the fields, but obviously that should sort itself out later. Lime is on, weeds on, and then, you know, these sort of usual things, helpers are off. We shouldn't use any helpers, I don't think. We can lease things. I'm going to allow us to lease things. And there is 12 collectibles on here. The cheese wedges, I think they're worth 1,000 each. If we come across any of them, we probably will pick them up. Some of them are very obvious in your face. No productions. There is contracts. And as you can see, that is an example of how small these fields are. Animal pens, we've got access to 4, no animals of yet. Don't worry about the figures on the right, that was me adding money in to adjust. No added in crops or productions, anything like that. I haven't done anything else. So that is it, guys. So let's crack on. What I think I will do first is we'll jump in the bison. Let's open the gate. Let's go and harvest that wheat field. And then whatever we get off of, oh, what we caught on. It's a good start, isn't it? There we go. Whatever we get off of that field can go straight in there. We should be able to tip it in the pen even without having any animals, chickens in there. Now this header does only just fit through this gate, so it is very tight. But we are off. What a beautiful day. Yeah, so I just thought, you know, what a lovely little map. It's not perfect. There's a few things here and there. I'll probably point them out if we're near any of them. There is quite a few lumps and bumps in some of the tracks around the fields, which will probably hit as the series goes on. But yeah, just I really had that nice old school vibe about it. There is no traffic on here, there's no people walking around, so it is literally just us causing chaos. And only a few sell points, so we are a little bit limited, but I'm not going to add any more in. We are just going to go for it, slog it out. So let's do that. I'm hoping straw swath is on. Yes. Now I say yes, we don't have a baler. So straight away that is an issue. But like I say, we will be able to lease things. Otherwise, if I don't allow that, that is just going to make it really hard, isn't it? So what I would like to do at some point though with this area is get rid of all these oak trees. That will generate a little bit of income if we can chop those down. It will mean us obviously having to get a stump grinder and then try and extend this field probably all the way out, so it would just make it that little bit bigger. But the two fields we have just over there are pretty good size. And I probably will only plough through the really small fields. So those two that I just mentioned, I don't think would do anything with those. We'll keep them as separate fields. But I am quite excited about this series, because if any of you guys followed me like in the earlier days, I know we are still a small channel, but when the channel was even smaller on FS19, I did my series on Klein's Land. You'll kind of know where we're heading for, but I think I started off with nothing on that series, just a tractor and a chainsaw. and kind of went off like that, but I didn't really want to do that. I thought we'd just try this sort of way that I've approached it this time. But going back to Kleinsland, I to this day still say that is probably my most favourite series that I've ever done. I just absolutely loved it. All the old equipment, small fields, it was such a lovely map as well. But I would love to know your thoughts on this series. Are you excited about it? Because I know this small equipment, it's not for everyone. A lot of people, you know, don't like sort of things like this. Right, let's jump across. I'm talking too much and not concentrating. Look at this beauty. Starts first time, every time. Absolute classic. So we'll hook up to our little trailer. There we go. And off we go. I've got to show you my outfit actually. I am rocking very sort of old vintage looking clothing as well. I've got my Wellington boots on and a nice flat cap, so we are dressed for the occasion, I think. So yeah, look, stones in the fields, but hopefully it will sort itself out. I'm pretty sure that does happen, doesn't it, if you've got stones off. I think the first month they will show up, but then as you sort of work the fields, hopefully the computer works the fields, it will sort itself out. Right, so we definitely will keep this wheat. It's not a huge amount. I didn't even see how much it was actually. We will find out in a second. Did I leave? Yes, the harvester is still running. There we go. $768 litres. Well, it's a start, isn't it? What we'll do is pipe back in and we'll turn that off. We'll go and tip this into our chicken coop. The only thing I would say about this area here, if I just jump out, once we do get rid of these trees, the couple of beehives, I think there was 3 actually that you had on this farm, were in here. That's quite flat, that piece of land, so we need to do a bit of landscaping. It wouldn't let me do anything because of that tree, so it's quite a bit of a bump there. That probably will cause us a bit of a problem with the harvester, but we'll see. But bang, like that, there is a lot of lumps and bumps about. And they're just, there's little things, I mean, you probably wouldn't even notice them if I hadn't been pointing them out. Like the grass inside these buildings, and this house is kind of sunken into the ground. But it doesn't bother me. It's a cool little map. Some great features. We've got a lovely little lake there where we can get water from when we need it. And that track there gives you access to all those fields over the back there, which is pretty cool. Animal dealer just over there. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention is down that track, down in this area, there is some sort of forestry areas that split up into chunks. We probably won't venture down there because it is quite hilly, bumpy, and I'm not sure any of our equipment will really handle it down there, but we haven't really got any reason to go down there, to be honest with you. There is an outside of the map, and that is free, value of 0, and there is a few trees in and around it. That's an actual forestry area, but these trees, it looks more than there is there, but there is a few. I think there might even be some trees encroaching on our land there, which if need be we can chop them down just to earn a little bit extra money. So let's back up. Should allow us to do this. There we go. There we go, the trough's filling up. Awesome. Happy days. We've got chicken feed ready to go for when we get chickens. To be fair, we could probably afford a few now, but I don't think we'll get any yet. Right, what I think we might do, is there any contracts available? I know they're not massive paying out contracts, but we are going to need the money. So yeah, field 29's the best one. 542, that doesn't sound too bad to me. Where is 29? Over there. So one of the slightly larger fields. How much is that one by any chance? 48,000, see, for that. We do have like small ones like that. They've got potential to be able to plough them 3 through to make one big field. 2,000. Yeah, they're all around 2,000, 2,500. So there is plenty of potential. This is our little field here. As you can see, that is absolutely tiny. I think that's sorghum in there, so again that come in handy for chickens. But it all depends how many they eat. How many they eat, how much they eat. Should I say, they're not going to eat themselves, I hope not. So let's go through a little ford there, that's quite cool. We'll get the tractor up here ready, and then we'll grab the harvester. We've got a few trees overhanging. I hope we can get through there with the harvester. Should be able to. And now, I didn't even accept that contract, did I? I just looked at it. So it's probably going to disappear now. No, it's still there. Awesome. Just check the map. I think it is this fella here, isn't it? Looking at the map. Right. Let's park this up out of the way. Like so. And let's jump back into here. And then mosey on down. Just need to be a little bit careful. I did consider buying a header trailer for this header, but they all look a little bit new sort of thing to me. I think we'll be okay. We'll see how we go. But we're hitting a few little bumps here and there. That's fine. We've got a padded seat, so we'll be alright. I am a little bit worried about some of these trees though. Are we going to catch the cab on them? Hopefully not. Around that one. This one looks worse. No, we are through. Awesome. Right, what I might do is turn off straw swath, because sometimes if you're leaving swath out on the grass areas outside of the field boundary, it will just stay there for the rest of the series. Obviously the straw on the field will disappear eventually once they redo their stuff, planting and things like that. There's another tree coming up. Awesome. Mouthful of leaves. That tree is in the field by the look of it. How random. I'm going to try and get as much as we can, because hopefully whatever we've got left after selling and completing the contract we can keep. Whether it'll be a lot, I don't know. It probably won't be. You normally find that the small fields, you don't get a lot off them, do you? Left over. Right, come on, can we get up there? That's struggling. Come on, harvester. That is an awful slope. Why would you plant? That is not liking that at all, is it? Please don't say we're stuck here. Come on, you can do it. Just that bit. Right, let's go. We got there. I think we will get quite a decent amount off of this. I know it's not ours, but probably over a trailer load by the look of it. Like I said earlier, that's 3,000 litres, that trailer, and we're always halfway there already, so that's pretty good. Can we get to keep some of it though? Right, we've just got this strip left to go. Got a full trailer there, and then whatever we end up with in the combine. But I don't think we're going to be keeping a lot ourselves. We'll see what it looks like when we're selling. So let's 1,780 litres in there. We'll do pipe out. So that we're ready to go. Awesome. Disconnect. Right, let's jump in. Now, where is the sell point for this? Over there, that is Zito product. I know exactly where that is. So off we go. Hopefully this tractor won't struggle with a full load. Awesome. I can't see that this 3,000 is going to complete the contract. It would be very nice, but I really can't see it. I'll have to be as quick as I can stopping the tipping if it does come up, because whatever's left over we either keep or we just carry on and sell. I'm not sure. Beautiful. Tell you what we'll do. No, we won't. I was going to grab that cheese wedge, but we won't yet. We'll hang off, hold off from that, and see what happens. Alright, so down here, the fuel station on here as well. Oh, that looks like a cheese wedge on the floor on there as well. Like I said, some of them are a bit obvious. I mean, even if once we've collected all 12, that's still only 12,000, which I know sounds a lot, but is it going to be a lot? Right, so let's start tipping and keep our eye on what happens. I don't think it's going to happen off of this first load. No, 65% transported. I think we can go out this back way. There's some cool little houses dotted around the map as well. It's pretty cool. I love the mountains in the distance. Right, let's go and grab this last load. I just can't stop looking at the scenery. That again looks like that could be quite an awkward field to harvest, going up on the slope like that. Because you imagine your header's going to be quite flat, isn't it? And rigid. Right, let's just jump in the harvester and turn that back on. And then head in under there, something like that, I think. There we go. I can move all the harvester and that back at the end of the episode. So I think it was 17,000, wasn't it? So that's finished. Let's pipe in and turn that off. And then go and get rid of this final load. Yeah, going on 65% transported, that is not going to be a lot left over, is it? But it will be a start. I think next episode we will probably come back in August and possibly look to buy some chickens then, I think. And we'll get some crops put in, maybe. Could sort that wheat field out. Although I am quite tempted to leave that wheat field for now until we deal with those trees and sort something out there. Yeah, I may leave that, but we can harvest. We've got oats and canola that are ready to harvest. Can do that. We've got the field up by the sheep pasture which can have a crop put in, so it's looking pretty good. Our options. Right, I need to concentrate now. This is a really big bump down there, because I want to try and keep as much as we can if there is any left over. So my finger is poised ready. Well, we sold a little bit and got 171 euros. We've got 183 litres left. I think we will keep it, because that's not a huge chicken coop. It only holds, I think it's about 40 something chickens, 47 if I remember rightly from setting everything up. So they're not going to eat a huge amount. You know, there's going to be other contracts. This field looks ready to go, but it's whether they're still available after we've been doing our own thing, because I don't want to just keep on doing contracts. We want to kind of crack on with doing our own work, building ourselves up that way. Very small. It looks like cotton in that field. That would be pretty small, wouldn't it? Right, anyway, let's get this tipped in. But I mean, even with the seeder, we've got no seed or fertilizer. They do start you off with, I think it's 2 seed bags in new farmer mode, but I sold those again to make it a little bit harder for us, but not massively hard. So there we go, guys. I think we'll leave it there for that episode. We will look into getting chickens next episode, I think, seeing as we do have feed for them already, and then we can actually find out how much that trough has been filled up, so that'd be quite interesting to see. But I hope you have all enjoyed the first episode. Apologies for the big build up at the start, but I kind of felt I needed to show you around what I've changed and tweaked, and obviously show you around our yard and our equipment. But if you have enjoyed it, guys, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That'd be fantastic. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.